My name's James Meredith. I'm here from the Warwick Manufacturing Group, and I've been talking about the Waste to Race project. Waste to Race essentially is a demonstrator project at the University of Warwick where we use essentially a motorsport platform to highlight some of the work we do on sustainable materials. One of the key things we're here today to talk about is we power the vehicle using hydrogen, and the hydrogen comes from microbial electrolysis. And I think it's worth noting that I think we started working on recycled carbon probably 10, 15 years ago. And Dan, who sadly couldn't make it today, but he's essentially, his doctorate took on this recycled carbon fibre material looking for applications, and he applied the recycled carbon into his microbial electrolysis cell and uses that to generate hydrogen, and that is the green hydrogen we are using to power this vehicle. So right now we are in the process of engineering this car to actually work. So it's going to have an internal combustion engine powered by hydrogen. We have motors which have recycled magnets in them. We have a number of other green materials which include recycled carbon, natural fibres, bio-based materials and such like. And over the next 6 to 12 months we're putting all these things together to get the car actually working and demonstrating. So the way we look at these demonstration projects is very much the stuff we're working on today, we hope to see out in industry within about 10 years or so. So this is our second major racing car project, the one we did about 15 years ago. A number of the technologies we put onto that one are now out in industry. So for this one, we hope that some of these sort of really early research ideas will be in industry in 10 years' time. So I suppose in terms of process innovation, it'll be around the production of the hydrogen itself and the scale up of that. So what started off in the lab as a really small scale hydrogen production, we've just been lucky enough to get £2 million from Ofwat for one of their challenge bids. So we'll be working with Severn Trent and Wastewater Fuels to essentially scale up that microbial electrolysis process to produce hydrogen, and then a number of the sort of techniques we use to manufacture, composite materials, polymers and such like. We have processes at the university which we are scaling up so that industry can take them on and take them to the market. The process that Wastewater Fuels have developed is essentially quite early days yet. It takes the sewage from Severn Trent and cleans the water and produces hydrogen during that process. So at the moment that's a lab scale production. This new Ofwat bid will enable that to be scaled up to a 20-foot container, so a much larger volume. And then eventually, once that's proven itself, it can then be scaled up to much larger scale. So the talk was good. Yeah, we had essentially, it was a bit of a surprise because we were expecting a question and answer session during the talk, but actually we sort of asked each other questions, and it was good. We had some good questions from the audience actually around the sort of energy required to produce the hydrogen itself and the sort of carbon intensity of the hydrogen production. And Dan did a really good job of answering those questions in terms of, I think, 30 kilowatts of energy in, 40 kilowatts of hydrogen energy out of the process, and we get clean water out of that process as well. So in terms of actually hydrogen production, it's better than green. Academia is there really to do the sort of low TRL research which can then be scaled up and taken to market by industry. So that synergy of the two working together is really good. The Dan's doctorate projects where he worked on this process, he's now working in a spin-out company, generating his own funding, and hopefully that'll generate value for UK. And we can always do the same. Industry come to us with challenges, we can solve them at a small scale, and then they can be scaled up and industry can take them to market and make money out of them. I've had some really good conversations already today. I've had a conversation with a chap about extracting ammonia from pig's urine to produce hydrogen. I've talked about all sorts of sustainable materials and different ideas. So, we're really keen to talk to industry If you've got any ideas around sustainability that you think we can help you A, develop, and B, showcase on a project like this, we're keen to talk to you. Well, great, because we're talking to people that we wouldn't normally talk to. So in that respect, events like this are great. It's just down the road from us, and we can talk to lots of industry partners.